Madam Chairman. I want to go back to what you indicated is the drastically increasing need for affordable housing for elderly Americans. It's a cohort, I think we're part of it, Mr. Secretary, that's growing dramatically. And in fact, only 1/3 of the eligible seniors are receiving assistance right now throughout the United States, and that's expected to double in the next 15 years. Right. So that's why I find it interesting. Over the last 3 years, the committee, through proper authorization, we've appropriated $166 million to construct new affordable elderly housing. You indicated to us that under the Section 202 program that all of that would be available by the end of 2018, but we're still awaiting the release of those funds. So can you give us an idea of when you intend to make this money available for housing construction?
We intend to make it available as soon as possible. And I would think that that would be before this fall.
Well, you know, again, there seems to be this emerging pattern of we authorize and appropriate funds over several years, and they get hung up. The CDBG sustainability funds, there the issue was it's a novel program. You need to do some analysis. This Section 202 program has been around a long time, and I would think that you could get those funds out the door immediately. And
well, this is a new iteration of that program. 50 million of it is going to be gotten out immediately. The rest of it is being looked at in terms of ways and innovative ways for people to age in place, and that's why it's taken a little bit longer.
Well, again, this pattern is, I will say for myself at least, it's disturbing of money being of the long lead times to get money out that is appropriated by this committee. The other area I want to concentrate on as the time slips away is the FHA. You've been directed to study FHA reform, et cetera. And one of the things that FHA does is it contributes a lot of money to your operating budget through its receipts. And it also has a great deal of flexibility because through mortgage letters, it can vary the terms of its lending arrangements, and it can do a lot of things to protect the fund from risk and also to provide more opportunities for home ownership. This budget assumes $2.3 billion less in FHA single-family mortgage receipts for 2019, and that's a significant fluctuation. And it raises the question of why aren't we using the flexibility, you as Secretary, to ensure that there's at least a consistent flow of FHA funds to HUD for your programs?
As far as I know, the flow from the FHA funding does not come directly back to the agency. It goes to Treasury, and then we have to be allocated money from them. I wish we could do it that way.
Well, you traditionally are funded, even through Treasury, by, in fact, this budget is showing funding coming from the FHA for the President's proposal. So your answer is that the Treasury has arbitrarily decided to take money away from...
Well, it goes to the Treasury, and then we have to go through other processes. The money never comes directly to us.
Well, but somewhere along the line, this budget suggests that someone is taking a significant decrease in normally allowed FHA expenditures going to HUD. That's the math of this budget.
Well,
so if it's not you, then it's Treasury.
I would request that Congress, I've said this for a long time, if we can take the profits that we generate through FHA and we can use them directly, and we'll be completely transparent, boy, we could do a lot.
Well, I will continue to pursue this issue because, again, I think this, as you go forward with plans, because you've been directed to sort of look at the reformation of FHA.
Right.
If FHA...
Or housing finance in general.
And housing finance in general. But if FHA is reformed, quote unquote, to the degree that you don't have access to any of these receipts, then your programs, your whole range of programs will suffer dramatically.
I agree.
The only final point I would note was that there was money, $25 million in 2017 to help PHAs, public housing authorities, with their lead-based hazards, lead paint-based hazards. You've only awarded $18 million, and that's just to 20 housing authorities. And you decided that the award would be limited to a maximum of $1 million, and also that you would not consider PHAs that had lead compliance issues. You'd help some PHAs, but not others. Are you, after this experience, are you contemplating any changes to this program to allocate the additional resources?
One of the major changes is we're trying to get the information disseminated so that we have more people applying for it. The reason that all the money wasn't allocated is because we didn't have enough people applying for it.
All right. Well, again, we'll continue to work, and this is an issue of lead paint, both in private homes and subsidized housing and public housing that the chairman and I are very much concerned about.
Thank
you, Mr. Secretary.